All right, let's talk AI. You've seen the headlines, you've heard all the promises about world-changing intelligence. But what if the best thing for your business right now is for all that hype to just fade away? It's time to move past the speculation and find the AI that actually works, the kind that delivers real value today.
And that's really the big idea we're digging into here. Look, this isn't the start of some AI winter, not at all. It's a much needed and frankly beneficial market correction. The end of the hype cycle doesn't slam the door on AI. It opens it wide for smart, strategic moves that can give you a serious competitive edge. So first, we have to talk about what I'm calling the great AGI hangover. You know the feeling. It's that moment where all the initial excitement crashes into the hard reality of actually getting things done. And now, investors are starting to ask for results, not just a good story. We have all been absolutely flooded with promises of artificial general intelligence, or AGI, right? This hypothetical human-level AI that's going to change everything. But what's the real picture for businesses on the ground, the ones actually trying to use this stuff?
Well, the data is pretty sobering. A landmark 2025 report from MIT found that a staggering 95% of business projects using generative AI are failing to produce any meaningful results. Let that sink in. 95%. That is a massive dose of reality. And this isn't just one report. This feeling is so widespread that the 2025 Gartner hype cycle, the famous chart that tracks new tech, has officially dropped generative AI right down here into the trough of disillusionment. This is that painful phase where all those inflated expectations just crash against the wall of reality. And here, you can really see the disconnect laid bare. On one side, we were promised this incredible, human-like intelligence and trillions in economic value. But the reality for businesses today? It's a painful hangover of failed pilot projects, frustrated leaders, and a finish line for AGI that seems to get further away every day. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Even OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, called the market a bubble filled with overexcited investors. When the people at the absolute center of the hype are calling it a bubble, that's a pretty clear signal for the rest of us to maybe take a more pragmatic approach. So with all that disillusionment, where do we go from here? We pivot. We pivot to the AI that actually works. Let's build a simple, practical framework that helps us cut right through all that noise. First up, artificial narrow intelligence, or ANI. This is the workhorse. It's AI that's designed to do one specific narrow task really, really well. Think fraud detection or analyzing medical scans. And here's the most important part. 100% of the business value being created by AI today comes from these ANI systems. Now, the next step up the ladder is what we call Agentic AI. This is where systems can start to plan and carry out multi-step tasks all on their own to achieve a goal. This isn't science fiction. This is the bridge from just generating stuff to actually doing stuff. This is the next big frontier that you need to be getting ready for. And finally, we have AGI, that hypothetical human-level AI. And while it is a fascinating research project for your business strategy today, it is a total distraction. You just can't build a coherent business plan around a goal that's so far away and so poorly defined. And that definition problem is really key. As AI expert Melanie Mitchell points out, the goalposts for AGI are always shifting. There's a real risk that companies might just redefine AGI into existence to claim they've done it. For a business leader, trying to hit a target that vague is just impossible. So putting it all together gives us a really clear strategic timeline. Today, your job is to master ANI. In the near term, you need to prepare for the arrival of high-impact agentic AI. And the future? You just monitor AGI research from a safe distance. The big strategic question completely changes from when will AGI get here to how do we win with the AI we have right now? Okay, theory time is over. Let's make this real. Let's look at practical AI in action. Real-world examples of how targeted narrow AI is already delivering a solid return on investment in 2025. So if you're a CFO, AI is already a game changer. We're talking about dynamic budgets that adjust in real time, machine learning that spots fraud before it can do damage, and intelligent systems that automate the entire accounts payable and receivable process. It's all about driving efficiency and seriously de-risking the enterprise. For all you sales and marketing leaders out there, AI is the key to unlocking hyper-personalization at a massive scale.
Think about segmenting your audience with incredible precision, tailoring a customer's journey on your website in real time, or embedding AI right into your CRM to tell you which deals are hot and what your next best action is.
And for the CTOs, look, AI isn't just another app. It's becoming part of the fundamental architecture. From AI-powered diagnostics in healthcare that are literally saving lives, to automating code reviews and speeding up DevOps, all the way to building the rock-solid infrastructure with tools like Kubernetes that you need to run this stuff reliably.
Okay, this brings us to the final and most important part, your strategic roadmap. Now that we've cut through the hype, here is a practical, step-by-step guide to building a foundation that will get you real, sustainable wins with AI. The first huge decision you're going to face is build versus buy. That crazy 95% failure rate, it often comes from buying off-the-shelf tools that are too generic and don't integrate well. The real advantage comes from custom AI. It's engineered to solve your specific problems, it trains on your unique data, and it builds a durable competitive advantage that nobody else can just copy. Now look, this is not going to be a walk in the park. Most companies run into the exact same 3 roadblocks: messy data, the nightmare of integrating with old legacy systems, and just not having the right infrastructure to scale. Knowing these are the big 3 is half the battle.
So how do you get past them? With a clear, simple framework. Step 1, build a solid foundation by picking one high-impact problem to solve. Step 2, launch a focused pilot project to prove the value quickly and avoid getting stuck in pilot purgatory. And finally, once you have that win, you scale it across the enterprise and create a playbook you can use for the next project.
So let's be really clear. The end of the AGI hype isn't a setback. It is a massive opportunity. The competitive advantage has totally shifted. It's no longer about who the biggest dreamer is. The advantage now goes to the most disciplined, most effective implementer of practical AI.
And that really brings us to the final question for you. The market has shifted. Your competition is already moving from just talking about the future to actually executing in the present. The age of practical AI is here. So what's your next move?